In tonight's Four Corners, reporter Louise Milligan dives into the secretive and ultra-wealthy Plymouth Brethren Christian Church. Former members have alleged psychological manipulation, surveillance and repeated attempts to buy their silence. In one case, a man was offered $1 million to stay silent on what he described as a decade of abuse.
What the Plymouth Brethren say to the so-called worldlies, that's you and me, and what the church's man of God says to its flock are two quite different things. All of Bruce Hales's pronouncements are printed and bound into these books, and the Brethren faithful are expected to buy them. Four Corners has obtained this set from 2023. And if you have a look on the inside cover, it warns the Brethren not to disclose this material to anyone, and it threatens legal action if they do. Some of the other pronouncements in the bound books include climate change is bunkum, never trust anybody with a beard, going to places of entertainment like cinemas or car racing tracks is going into the jaws of hell. Hell is there, Satan is there. Camping is dangerous and unnecessary. The Brethren say in a statement that the bound books may contain language and expressions rooted in Scripture and in scriptural principle, which may differ from their common usage.
And Four Corners reporter Louise Milligan joins me now. Hi there, Louise. Can you walk me through what the Plymouth Brethren Christian Church actually is?
Yes, the church is, it used to be known as the Exclusive Brethren. It was a breakaway from the Anglican Church in the 19th century, and it's a very secretive organisation. They have 55,000 members worldwide, about 15,000 in Australia, led by the very enigmatic Bruce Hales, who is the leader, and the ex-members that we spoke to said that they're required to call him the elect vessel or the man of God. It has an awful lot of rules, as you've just heard in that package, that members are expected to live by. For instance, they get their mobile phones and their laptops, according to the ex-members, from a company that is associated with the church called Universal Business Team, or UBT, and it has software that they use for the mobile phones and laptops, which is kind of like parental control software, you know, net nanny type stuff, where they are limited in terms of what they can learn about the outside world. And a lot of people that we spoke to, ex-members, have called the church a cult. And in fact, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese last year called it a cult. We went on an international investigation to hear about this organisation, and here's one of the members, ex-members, Richard Marsh, talking about it.
They claim that they're a mainstream Christian church. They're anything but. They're not Christian. They're not mainstream. They're not a church.
So, Louise, what has the church said in response to this?
Well, they say lots of things. They declined to give us an interview with Bruce Hales, and in fact declined to even pass our messages on to Bruce Hales that we wanted to interview him. They gave us a long statement disputing a lot of the claims that the many ex-members that we spoke to both on and off camera made. For instance, they say that, you know, the ex-members are not shunned. That's one of the things that has come up a lot, that their family members treat them as if they're dead. So they have these photo albums of every single member around the church that they distribute. And when a member leaves, they're out of the family member. They're out of the photograph, like as if they never existed. Whereas if someone dies, it says deceased, but it doesn't. It's like they're just erased. But the church says, oh, no, they're free to go of their own will, and you know, we wish them well if they do. And you know, it's basically, you know, up to family members if they don't want to speak to people who have left again.